Good evening. Let us chant this mantra, then we will start reading. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kabibhirilitam kalmashapaham sravanamangalam srimadatam bhubi grinanti e bhurida janaha. We were discussing about the avatar, God's incarnation. Very interesting, that topic. Bhagavan Sri RamaKrishna, he is mentioning about it. And he is giving a complete idea about the God's incarnation. And what is the purpose of the incarnation? It says, the page 359 that we are studying now, it is God alone who incarnates himself as man. The God is incarnating. That's why in Sanskrit they call it avatara. He is coming down as if. So God is incarnating himself as man to teach people the ways of love and knowledge. And this is very important. Usually in the Bhagavad Gita, which we frequently quote, what is the purpose of an avatara? Why he is coming? To establish the dharma, righteousness. When the rise of unrighteousness come, then the God come and then clean that and to establish righteousness. And here Sri Ramakrishna, the same thing in a different way, but very unique way, he said, to teach the love and knowledge. Now, whom we can love? To love we need at least to the association. Without the association, how can we love? The God we cannot see, we cannot talk, we cannot touch, we cannot smell, and then how we can understand God and the reality whom we cannot do anything with our five senses, how we can like God, how we can love God. That is the reason the human being, right from the beginning, they are confused. Again and again they are becoming, someone is coming in a very convincing way. He or she is telling, this is the God you must have to follow. Some people nearby getting inspired and following. Then ultimately they find nothing. So this is the reason the God himself is coming to give this teaching. So when we are trying to develop the likings, association can help us. With the association of that particular being or the God or the reality, if we get the association, how the God can come and give his association, so he comes in the form of human being. Otherwise it will be very difficult. Suppose the God has come and living in our neighborhood, having 10 hands and so many double the legs and so many heads, do you think we will be able to go and talk to him? We will be afraid. We won't be able to have the association. Forget about the love. And that is the reason the God is coming just like us, as a human being. And when he is coming as a human being, that association, people are coming to Sri Ramakrishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna, the Hindu incarnations. And also we consider very strongly that Jesus is the incarnation of God. But the Christian, the world, they think that he is the second personality of the Trinity. And he is the Son of God. Something a little, not exactly like the Hindus, a little different. But the incarnation of God, when we go, when we see, when we hear, my God, this man is so unselfish, is full of love, full of compassion, and he is constantly inspiring people and forgiving us for so many different ways we are making the mistakes, and he is going on forgiving us. So all these good qualities we see manifested, practiced in that particular life. So we like him. And when we are liking him, following him, naturally his words are inspiring, and I am getting influenced by his not only words but his life. So that is also reflected in our life. But only association won't do. We need to have the knowledge, otherwise God is here. Now the Sri RamaKrishna, he passed away in 1886. So obviously so many people lived with him that time. It was the modern age. Many people used to come to him. But after coming, after mixing, after seeing him, after talking with him, they were not inspired at all. Rather, they used to criticize Sri RamaKrishna in many ways. So the only if you are coming and having the association of the God, the manifestation of God, that won't help. You have to have the knowledge. Bhagavan Sri RamaKrishna giving a beautiful story. Through that story he is narrating, explaining. And he is telling the huge piece of diamond was there in the bathing ghat. And the villagers used to come to bathe in that pond. And they used to come and they used to rub their heels on that, not knowing what is that. That's a rough thing. So to clean their feet, they used to rub their feet on that. And that was the use of the diamond. Association was there. Every day they used to come, they used to see, they used to touch, but they never realized how worthy that was. Once a person, diamond merchant, he came. He understood immediately, my God, is such a costly thing. So naturally he said, I will make this pond in a different way, give this to me. They, you can take. The villagers, they never knew. So they gave that diamond to the diamond merchant. So you need your own knowledge to understand a person who is really pure. And that is why Shankaracharya, we always quote, the three things are necessary for a human being, and that is possible only with the blessings of God. The birth as a human being, Manushyattva, then the desire to be free from the bondage of birth and death, this circle again and again. We are taking birth and then suffering and little enjoyment, and again we are dying. It goes on and on and on. So the desire to go beyond this, mumukshata. But these two is, again it is possible, but who will guide you? So Manushyatva, Mumukshutva, then he says third, Mahapurusha Shamasraya. You have to get the blessings of a real good person who has realized God himself. In the present day world, if you just Google search the holy people who are here around, immediately I think in Illinois you will find minimum 10, more than that. All holy people, they are claiming. All over America, all over the world, millions they are claiming, I am a holy person. How you will know? You will confused. So, and then they know how to impress people. So obviously people are all running towards those things. Unfortunate. They had the desire to get the knowledge of God. They got the human birth. They had the desire, developed the desire to know God. But the third thing is, that is the mistake. And that is why knowledge is necessary. Who will give the knowledge? Incarnation of God. And that is the reason the last time we read, Bhagavan Sri RamaKrishna said, when the greatest manifestation of God is through incarnation, the devotee should worship and serve an incarnation of God. So we read that the devotees should worship and serve an incarnation of God. This is very, very important. The incarnation of God, otherwise it is impossible. If the God reveals himself, then only we can know about him. So this avataran. So before we go to this, I was just going through to checking what the Islam is talking about the incarnation. They totally deny. No. God cannot take the human form. No form. The God is completely beyond that. The Islam never accepted. Even the fractions of Islam, the original, the real, that they don't accept, but the Baha'is, they also do not. There are some of them. So Islam in that way. Judaism also do not accept that. Buddhism is a non-theistic religion. They do not believe in the Creator. So the part of Creator or the manifestation of the Creator, they do not believe. But a fraction of the Buddhism, that is Tibetan Buddhism, they accept that Lama, Dalai Lama. So Dalai is the name, Lama is their actual title, spiritual title. So the Lama means highly virtuous teacher, and they are the emanations of the Buddhas. So that way they are accepting, again and again they are coming to help the humanity, to give them, guide them, etc. So that is called the Lamas. And about the Hinduism, we have, of course, incarnation. And then Hinduism says that sometimes God is coming with full power. That is called Purna Avatara, the complete manifestation of the power of God. And that time, millions and millions are getting that knowledge and becoming free. That is called Purna Avatara. Again, there is called Amsha Avatara, the partial manifestation of the divine power. That is also like the Acharya, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, they are the teachers, spiritual teachers. They come, they guide us. And when they are coming, they are arguing. Can you imagine a 8-year-old boy? He has learned all the scriptures, mastered the Vedanta. 8 years. And in 12 years, he is the teacher. And the great scholars are accepting him as their teacher. And in a beautiful way, in a couplet, they say, look at that wonderful picture. The teacher is a junior, young boy, and the students are all matured people, elderly people sitting at his feet. Teacher is not talking at all, but even then all their doubts are removed. So that is the way Shankaracharya. How it is possible? Obviously the manifestation of power in him. Otherwise it is impossible. You know that 1893, Swami Vivekananda, a 29 years young man, he stood over here in the Chicago Parliament of Religion, and he addressed the gathering, sisters and brothers of America, and all they were mesmerized. They stood up, clapped, and whole America immediately knew about him. All the doors of the high and rich people were opened for him. So he started visiting so many places, giving them the talk, and they were appreciating him. Is it possible for any ordinary person? Just go and talk and immediately they will be impressed? It is not. So it is a manifestation of God, the power of God. And there are some Hindus, they accept Leela Avatara. Leela means they are born, and because of their manifestation, a divine play goes on. So Dasa Avatara, the 10 about the incarnations of God that is listed in the Hinduism, they are that classification. But we Hindus, we accept avatars, the incarnations. And Sri RamaKrishna is telling the formless God is real. And equally real is God with form. So these are the two things. Formless God is real, and equally real is God with form. Nitya and Leela, the two Sanskrit words he is using. Nitya means eternal, no change. That is called formless condition. Leela with form. So obviously different type of divine plays goes on. Both are real. That is the speciality of Sri RamaKrishna. Majority of our people come and they say, this world that you see are all illusory. In the Vedantic, hardcore Vedantin, they say like that. This world is completely an illusion. It's nothing. But you feel hungry. As long as you feel hungry, as long as you feel I consciousness, so long you cannot say this is illusion. That is real. Obviously, that reality may be temporary, but still it is real. When I am dreaming, the dream is a reality at that time, at that moment. I cannot deny it. But when I wake up, that time the dream is a dream, and that has no reality. So you have to wake up first. You have to know, you have to realize, you have to feel, then only it is possible, otherwise not. Just telling, I have read from the book and then uttering and telling, that is not that. I am he, I am that. Most of the people are nowadays in Vedanta, they are telling like that. It's good, it is true, but to whom? Who has realized it? Otherwise it is not possible. And sometimes some people, in India now, they are arresting some of the people. They were claiming that they are medical doctors, and they were showing some fake certificates too. Now they are getting arrested, people are complaining. So they were claiming that we are doctors, and society also accepted them. But when they started treating, then they understood they are all fakes. A doctor won't treat a person, a patient in that way. So obviously, if you are a fake, even if you claim that I am an avatar, I am God, I am the Brahman, after some days you will be exposed to the world and people will fire on you. So true thing is necessary. Now it is 2000 years have passed and millions of people are accepting Jesus. Why? Truth was there. That is the reason. And there are so many people claimed, and now they are in oblivion. Who remembers them? Like that, all the avatars, the great avatars, Sri Krishna, only this Monday, yesterday, that was the birthday Tithi, Janma Ashtami. All over the Hindus, they celebrated that, Krishna Janma. When Krishna was born? More than 3000 years before. And some people, they are calculating, that is, the calculation comes according to the position of the stars, 3102. That is the year when Kurukshetra war was formed. And then Krishna was that time a young person. So obviously we can understand that it was something like that, at least before 3000 years. So naturally, they are reality. Otherwise, how it is possible? Truth was there, and now we have to follow. So Nitya and Leela are the two aspects of the same reality. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is now mentioning indirectly about himself. Why? Because the contemporary people, they do not understand. When the Sri Krishna was there, when now we are accepting him as the incarnation of God, the God himself, and worshipping him, meditating on him, and fasting to get his blessings, doing so many things. When Krishna was alive, how many people went to him, recognized him, accepted him, respected him? Very few. Similarly, when Sri Ramakrishna was alive, how many people came to him? So many people saw him, the God, but didn't recognize. The Lord Jesus, who claimed that I am the Son of God, seeing me is as if seeing God. That is true. But how many people understood that? They misunderstood rather and killed him so brutally. So naturally, the contemporary people cannot understand. Sri Ramakrishna is giving the hint to the very close group so that they can understand about his divinity. He said, once my father went to Gaya, a very famous pilgrim place, where there the deity is the Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. And this is the Vishnu, the God from whom all this incarnation comes. Once my father went to Gaya, there Raghuveer is the Ramachandra, said to him in a dream, I shall be born as your son. So this is very important. Vishnu, the conception of Vishnu, all-pervading God, but as because when it is all-pervasive, we cannot concentrate. We cannot get any idea of this all-pervading consciousness. So therefore the Hindus, they understood that it won't be possible, so they have made in this way the conception of personality. Impersonal became personal from the Rig Veda time. The Rig Veda is a very, very old scripture, the first book of spirituality, very first book of spirituality. And that Rig Veda, he is understood that all-pervading the consciousness. How many people will understand that? So they said, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapad. In Sanskrit, Sahasra means 1,000. Shirsha means the head, 1,000 head, 1,000 hands, 1,000 face. Is it not exactly the 1,000? Is unlimited. Whatever you see is nothing but the manifestation of the same God. And I was giving that example when a person came to Jesus and said, you are asking that we should forgive the brothers even if they are making any mistake. My brother is constantly doing this mistake. How many times do you think that I should forgive him? Then the Jesus answered, 70 times 7. Does it mean 70 into 7, that many times I should forgive? No. Infinite times, all the time. So here also this is Sahasra. Sahasra means 1,000. It doesn't mean this 1,000 exactly. All, infinite. The conception, we can understand at least to some extent what is infinity. When you close our eyes and can imagine that all the heads that we see is nothing but the manifestation of the same God. And all the hands that is working, it is the God. God's hands are working. So that way, the vastness that comes. So impersonal become personal. Even then, it was not possible for many. So slowly it is narrowing down for the benefit of the ordinary people to understand. Then the same power, same God is coming, descending in the human form, just living like us. Here we find that the great God in the form of Raghuvira, Sri Ramachandra. He is asking that pious Brahmin, Shri Rama Chattopadhyay. He is the father of the Sri RamaKrishna. He said, I like to accept you as my father. God is telling. Why? Because he is so pious. He is the votary, he is the devotee of Ramachandra. His only ideal was the Raghuvira. This is Ramachandra, the manifestation, another form of the Vishnu. So he was worshipping him, that God in his dream requesting, I shall be born as your son. Thereupon my father said to him, O Lord, I am a poor Brahmin. How shall I be able to serve you? Then the God is telling, don't worry about it. Raghuvi replied, I will take care of it. So this is the wonderful conversation. You may believe, you may not, but it is 100% truth. If you don't believe, the loss is yours. And if you believe the wonderful conception that will be there, the God is coming to us and he is urging us, but to whom? That also it's not to any Tom, Dick and Harry. God is coming to a person who was so pure in heart. He never uttered a single false thing, never hurt anyone. His heart was so pure because he was completely unselfish. His love for each and every being, his love for God, his concentration for God, his detachment for this worldly life, all those things made him so close to God. God chose him for that. So this is the reason he is trying to come manifest as a son of that Brahmin. Then Sri Ramakrishna was born. He is giving the hint. Sri Ramakrishna never could say I. There was not a single iota of ego in him. He could never say I. And all the time we are so proud. Sri Ramakrishna never could feel that way. Even then he is giving these descriptions. Why? So that we can understand he was not ordinary soul. He is telling my sister, Hriday's mother, Hriday Ram, and he used to serve Sri Ramakrishna. He was very close to Sri Ramakrishna. My sister used to worship my feet with flowers and sandal paste. You know, the Hindus, they use the flowers and sandal paste. His sister used to worship him. One day, I placed my foot on her head and said to her, you will die in Benares. Benares, that is, you know, that is a very famous pilgrim center, is in India, the center of India, the Benares, on the bank of river Ganga. The Hindus, they believe if anyone is dying over there in the small city, immediately he will be liberated. So he is giving the hint, not that you have to go to Benares, that particular place, but you will get liberation, as because the sister understood that my brother is not an ordinary person. And that faith, that love, that association grew in knowledge. My brother is God. This is something very, very special. So that lady and the God in the form of a small little boy, Gadadhar, he is giving the blessings that you will be completely free. He is giving another incident. Once Mathur Babu said to me, Father, there is nothing inside you but God. Your body is like an empty shell. It may look from outside like a pumpkin, but inside there is nothing, neither flesh nor seed. Once I saw you as someone moving with a veil on, Mathur Babu was a very rich person. He used to support Sri RamaKrishna. He used to donate a lot for Sri RamaKrishna. He used to consider Sri RamaKrishna as the holiest person. He used to call him with great respect and love, Baba, the father, spiritual father. One group of Japanese lady came, they took initiation from one of our Swamiji, and they learned that Baba. And one lady came, she was telling me, Baba. I said, Baba, is it a Japanese word? No, it is your word. I said, okay, where from you learned? So Baba. Baba means the father. You are so respected. So this is called the spiritual father. So he is telling that Mathur Babu, who used to call him as Baba, highly to respect him so much, he realized it. Because association, because the love, because the knowledge. The Mathur Babu's knowledge, direct association with Sri RamaKrishna. Mathur Babu once saw Sri RamaKrishna is pacing up and down. There are two buildings. If you go to Dakshineshwar, it is all there still. And from his own place, he could see Sri RamaKrishna is pacing up and down. And he was wondering, this is an ordinary man. This is a village man. So he is just here. I don't know why I am respecting him so much. Is it worthy? When he was telling like that, thinking like that, suddenly he saw Sri Ramakrishna going down as goddess Kali, and then coming up again as Shiva. That means the knowledge and action, that is called Shiva Shakti. The Kali, the goddess, is destroying, creating also. So the whole action of God done through that form, goddess Kali, is the power of God. And the God Shiva is complete knowledge, but without any action, doesn't do anything. They do not do anything. So this is the Mathur Babu saw, and then onwards he developed. So realization, knowledge only gives the real love. So he was, Sri Ramakrishna said, I am shown everything beforehand. He is mentioning about himself. I am shown everything beforehand. Once I saw Gauranga and his devotees singing kirtan in the Panchavati. The Panchavati means the place of 5 trees. And below that 5 trees, if you go and meditate, your spiritual awakening becomes very quick. So that is very sacred place, holy place. I think I saw Balaram there, and you too. Balaram also was a great landlord, a jamindar, but very humble, very devoted. So that is, even though they were very rich, but they were very humble. So this is the way Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, and you means the Master Mahasaya, who was noting down the words, who has published this book, that great teacher. He was the principal of a school, and that Master Mahasaya, Sri Ramakrishna saw him in that. And not only that, you know, those who have gone through the biography of Swami Vivekananda, when the Vivekananda, the young boy of 16, 17 years old young man came, Sri Ramakrishna saw him and immediately stood up, and with the folded hands, he was telling that you are the Narayana. You are the great God from heaven, you have taken this form, the power of Shiva within you. The boy was thinking, oh my God, why this man is talking like this? I am the son of so and so. Why he is behaving like this? Why? Because he could see all through us. Friends, this is Sri Ramakrishna. We have really experienced some of our Swamis. I am not mentioning the name because Ramakrishna Mission don't like to mention all this type of miraculous power. So one of the Swami, he was blind and is an excellent person. realized soul, you consider him. One young brahmachari came and he was claiming, the brahmachari was claiming that I have seen, realized Goddess Kali. I went to Dakshineshwar, Goddess Kali revealed herself before me. I had a talk with her. Now I am a highly spiritual person. I used to like that brahmachari. He was almost my contemporary. I told, it's okay, you have realized Kali. Then why you have to say that? You have realized God, keep it in your mind. That's all. No, I have to go and discuss with the president, vice president, or some spiritual head, something like that. Then ultimately he went to him. You know that he was in a very high hierarchy in our order, so they had to take the appointment, and then that particular day he went. The Swami stopped all other work, and he was eager to know about the realization of that young man. The brahmachari means the novice in the spiritual life. So when this boy went, Swami, that all others, they went out, the door was closed, so there is the private talk. And the moment this young man touched his feet, the Swami couldn't see him. But from the touch itself, he started telling, almost shouting, hey, who is this? You told that a young man will come who has realized God is Kali, but he is a sinner over here. He has done this, he has done this, he has done this. So list he was going on telling. All through his life, whatever the bad thing he has done, everything was revealed before him. In a flash, just he touched his feet. Can you imagine the tremendous power? So if that is possible, then why not it is possible for God, Sri RamaKrishna, to see each and every soul. I can see your mind as I see the things kept in a glass almirah, he used to say, Sri RamaKrishna used to say. I can see your minds, I can see everything. We cannot hide anything from God. So it is better to be guileless. It's better to be open. Just a child is coming to God. I have done something which may be good, which may be bad. I do not know. I liked it. I did it. If I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. That's all. He is our father. He is our mother. So naturally, his love has no bound at all. So Sri Ramakrishna is teaching that I am shown everything beforehand. Whoever is coming. Then he said, I wanted to know the experiences of Gauranga. That means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Almost 500, 600 years before Sri Ramakrishna, he came. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was also a Dashanami Sampradaya, Vedantin, sannyasi, like us. But he was, for the betterment of the ordinary people, giving complete, the dedication was to develop devotion to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I wanted to have experience about that person. He was so many years, 100 years before, even then. And I was shown them at the Shambhajar in our native district. So I wish that you should go to India, and all these places are there, still there, almost like that. At the time of Sri Ramakrishna, like that, still there. And so many things happened over there. So Sri Ramakrishna saw Gauranga Mahaprabhu. A crowd gathered. They even climbed the trees and the walls. They stayed with me day and night. For 7 days I had no privacy whatsoever. Thereupon I said to the Divine Mother, Mother, I have had enough of it. That Jesus was walking and the multitude were following. What was there in Jesus? He was not throwing the gold. He was not giving money. He was not giving anything. But the multitude gathered. Wherever he went, manifestation of God's power. When the manifestation of God's power within, that attracts. You are bound to come to Him. There is no other way. So this is, who was the king that time? Who were the rulers? Who were the people? Who would have known unless and until they are connected with the life of Jesus Christ? Now we read the biography of Jesus, the life of Jesus, then we come to know, though that was the king, he was that time. And the assessment was going on, tax was going on, all this information. Who would have bothered about it? Maybe somewhere in the corner of history it would have been. But as because they came in contact with the Jesus, they also became known thousands years before, afterwards. So this is what he said, that thereupon Sri Ramakrishna understood how people go mad when a real, true, holy person comes. I am at peace now, he is now telling. And then a very interesting statement. He said, I am at peace now. That means all these things now complete. Then he is mentioning, I shall have to be born once more. Therefore, I am not giving all knowledge to my companions. I shall have to be born once more. Again the God will come. Again he will come to help these people how to realize God. First and foremost, to develop knowledge about God and love for God. Love is the last. But to love a person, we have to understand something about him. After understanding those things, those qualities, that I like it. And when I am liking it, then slowly it will be deep, and then only it will be possible to love. And when love comes, there is no doubt at all. That is the beauty of the love. The love doesn't mean having the doubt, again I am loving. No, it is not possible. Love means just like the flood. It goes and covers everything. So it says like this, I recognized you on hearing you reading the Chaitanya Bhagavata. This is a holy book. You means that Master Mahasaya, he was reading a book. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna recognized, unless and until a person is devoted, he can never even read a holy book properly. The people are reading so many different type of books, but when a person is reading a holy book, and if he likes it, loves it, and each and every word that he is reading immediately will be revealing to him or her, and the feeling will be completely different. So that is the way, if we are reading, and it says, I recognized you on hearing you read the Chaitanya Bhagavat. You are my own. This is a unique way Sri Ramakrishna is telling to the writer. You are my own. The same substance like Father and Son. I and my Father in heaven are one, Jesus said. The same substance as the Father and the Son. So this is all the qualities of God. If it is manifested in human being, then we consider him as God, as Jesus claimed himself as Son of God. I and my Father in heaven are one. Again he said, not that I am only, any one of you can. The kingdom of heaven is within you, potentially. What is the kingdom of heaven? Purity. And then again, he said, blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. So, only thing that we have to be very much cautious about, purity. What is this purity? Swami Vivekananda said, unselfishness. The more and more and more we become unselfish. Unselfish means love. And how we can love other people? Those who are blaming me, criticizing me, creating problem for me, how can I love him? Love those. Completely different. Those who like me, respect me, concern about me, I can love them. That is easy. But those who are completely different, how can we? Then comes the knowledge, because they are also the manifestation of my same God, same holiness. So this is go, and Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning the same substance like Father and Son. He is mentioning, all of you are coming here again. When you pull one part of the Kalmi creeper, there is a creeper. If you pull one, the whole bunch come. So like that, all the branches come toward you. You are all relatives like brothers. Suppose Rakhal, Harish and others had gone to Puri, you were there too. Would you live separately? So this is the devotee. When the manifestation of God comes, the different type of people come together because they are God's own. So whoever is coming to the philosophy of Sri Ramakrishna, which is purity and love, which is unselfishness and dedication, anyone coming, maybe different language, different religion, different culture, but they all come and become one, and they become very close to God. You are my own. You are my own. So that is why I again and again, from here only, I tell the devotees, whoever is coming are blessed. At least they have got the call. Otherwise they won't come. There is no dancing. There is no songs in that way. There is only pure philosophy is going on. Not that we feed, not that we see anything, give you anything. Only pure philosophy is going on. But even then, days after days, people are coming, listening, hearing, reading, and practicing this. They must be very close to the present God who manifested in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. Before you came here, you didn't know who you were. Now you will know it is God who, as the Guru, makes one know. So when a person is coming first, doesn't know. One gentleman came and he saw, I saw on your board all are welcome. So I thought I can come. And yes, why not? You are welcome. So what is there? I told, see, this is the shrine and there is a library, but nothing else. He said, oh, okay. He came, he sat. After 10-15 minutes, he came to my office and he said, I think this is the place I should come. I told, how come? Because the moment, I don't know who are those, these pictures are there, but I felt that they are very close to me. I closed my eyes, and that was the first time I felt peace in my heart. The people in the world, they're tormenting, so many different type of problems, burning. When they come and pray to God, there's no difference whether you are born here or there, whether you eat this or that, whether you are speaking this language or that. It doesn't matter at all for God, because the servant substance, you are His own, as the Son and the Father. So obviously, that is the beauty. Before you came here, you didn't know who you were. Now you will know. So that is the greatest blessings. So that's why I always say to people, read Gospel. We read so many thousands of books and completely confused about the religion and the wastage of time. Our purpose is to know what is spirituality and how to acquire the spirituality and where to go, how to go. So that is the thing. And in the pages of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, in a very simple way, he is guiding that, giving that. And he says that before you came here, you didn't know who you are. Now you will know. Why? Because God will help you. God will become your guru, your preceptor, your master, and he will guide you. And there he is giving a story that he heard from his guru. So that story in the next day we will read, and that is explaining why one need a guru in the path of spirituality. That guidance is essential. We can read books. We can understand much better way than comparing with many others. But still, the spiritual path, we need guru. So Sri RamaKrishna will be telling about that, and you will hear him again in next Tuesday. Thank you for coming. Let us chant this mantra and then we conclude. It says, the salutation to Bhagavan Sri RamaKrishna, the perfect embodiment of the eternal truth, which manifests itself in various forms to help mankind, and the incarnations of the Supreme Lord, who is worshipped by all. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Drita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam RamaKrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Tat Sat. Sri RamaKrishna Arpanamastu.